Good timing on that one. Hello. How we doing? Happy Tuesday.
Krewlex streamer 66 years. Gramch.
Is that what you said? Oh, for? That would make sense. Look, yes. Thank you for 66. God damn. 3 more to go. That's pretty damn good. Braden, guess in order. Star, how you doing? Risto, welcome. That's the O. Ah, I see. Because it didn't initially pop up, I suppose. Hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Consistently one of the first. I appreciate that to show up. Saba, English, please. I don't know what you're saying. I'm not going to translate every single one of your messages. Please. Please. 100k away? What's the SAHP? I've seen the post about the new not add-on, you know, the new missions and things like that. I have to check those out in-game at my own time. I was on the other day. I popped on just to see what I could do. Or the highway patrol. Oh, because you like your police things, don't you? I see. 55 stream streak. Thank you, Brendan. CHP. All right. Hello, Taub. Taub Logistics. I don't know how you actually say the word. I've only said it in text. You're the one with the cool... It's the in-game livery, but it's nice colours. I like the colours that VTC uses. Pretty good. Hello, Potato, as well. So today, the plan. Because I don't have any driving relating events to do. There are some coming up, which would be like when the new version comes out. New Driving Academy stuff. Maybe a new World of Trucks event whenever there's new DLC or something like that. We don't have anything to do with that yet. However, in the meantime, we'll do a bit more of what we did yesterday, which was some admin to start off with. And then, last Tuesday, an update for Star Trucker came out, which added a few more features and a few more things like that. I want to check that out. One of them include being the photo mode. I want to take some nice photos. So we may do an half and half of the stream. Hello, Joe. You bought Phasmophobia. Enjoy it. I don't know if I have it. If I have it, I've never played it. I do have it, because I think someone bought it for me once. Never loaded. Never loaded it up. Shame. Hello, Ballistic. Hello, Joe. Jono, big fan. There it is. So we'll see what people's driving activities are like on a Tuesday instead of a normal Monday. And then tomorrow, potentially, there's a new reserve that came out in The Hunter, which is a very good, very beautiful hunting simulator. This time in Canada, in Alberta. And there are some little challenges and things to do with that. So I will check through those. That could be in half and half as well in the same layout of we're doing it today. So starting off with that being then doing something else. There's your flower, big fan. I still need to get a few more of these. Trouble is they take a while to arrive. So they're not real, but the intent of giving the flower is real, of course. A new bus sim. Dudes just posted in Discord. Another new bus sim. Goddamn. Hello, David. Tuesday. Yes, it is. Happy Tuesday. Another bus sim from the same devs. The flower is a good thing to pass on to people. I like that. But I hope you're doing well. Hello, Mandrill as well. Isn't on 0. Just got it yesterday, last 30 seconds on stream. Oh, good. I think it counts a little bit afterwards as well. It's within the same day, because I think, again, from going back from when I first worried about it, back in January or whatever, if 2 streams in the same day are more than half an hour apart, they count as 2 separate streak entities. Something like that. So you joined clearly within there being 30 minutes of a stream. So, I guess it counted. Even if it was technically after I'd been offline, it was still within the 30 minutes. Maybe that's how it works. Hello, Harry, big fan. Imagine vans in ETS2 to do parcel deliveries. Yeah, we have Mercedes trucks, we can do Mercedes Sprinter van. I don't see why not. I mean, you can use vans in other like logistics games for smaller deliveries. Why not? Yeah, let us load up a little van, a smaller weight, of course, maybe a ton. I don't know how much they can carry. Ton, 2 tons, maybe. Yeah, sure. But you drop off at far more smaller places, perhaps. Room reveal? No, because there's basically nothing worthy of showing off here. It's basically just all on the desk. So, hello, Iraq, big fan. The plan is we're doing a bit of admin. I am exactly where I was parked last time. I haven't been driving yet. We'll do a bit of this, and then we'll swap game halfway through. 6 video. I've shown it in the desk before, but I've done like a speed run of like, here's this, here's this, here's this, in like about 30 seconds or so. What I do have an idea of doing at some point is like picking, as if it's like a tech review. So you pick an item on the desk, so like the Stream Deck, which I've had for a very long time, and show like, here's what I use it for. Here's this pretty cool piece of kit. Or like my speakers, which are technically discontinued now because they're so old. That kind of thing. Multi-drop would be very nice, yes. Imagine you could set how much you... Is that logo going to work? Didn't hear it. How much you drop off at a particular place. 3,500? Okay. That'd be cool though. Thank you for the follow. Welcome over, big fan. I don't know why I didn't hear the whomp of that sound coming through, but it was still definitely there. God, that all disappears like that. Okay, let's go to favorite city this time. Yes, I have to remind everyone again, for those joining in, we'll have to remind them several times. There is recruitment soon, in a few days. You will definitely miss it, because for the GM role, it doesn't open for that long. It closes very quickly. Yes, this is Simulation 1. This is one of the 2 busiest places. So pay attention, because you'll be seeing it a lot. And my sounds are back. For now, you can hear the in-game sounds. Not sure what that one at the roundabout's doing. But not be going the wrong way. Good, good. Hello, Oliver, big fan. Yes, Sim 1, yes. Again, you can tell straight away that it's Sim 1 because we're in this city, which you should know of. And there's a lot of people here. That's why it's Sim 1. For a dead mod... I don't know, John. I mean, clearly it's dying. Hey, there's no one playing anymore. What a shame. They'll have to bump a few more people up, though, in order to add at the lower end. You've got to move everyone up to the next shelf. That's why it's not open for too long, and they don't accept too many people because it takes a while to do all that. So if you get in, you're good. Okay, I'll allow a U-turn, that's alright. You waited as well. Props to you, well done. If you meet the requirements, there's no harm in going for it. If you don't get it, that's unfortunate. They'll usually tell you why you didn't get it. Keep your applications saved somewhere, like a recommendation obviously to write it in a Word document or something first, because in case your tab refreshes, you don't have to type all that again. Just so you can keep in mind for next time. So if it needs more detail, you can just expand upon it. Why not? You can drive a van up to that much as well. Okay, so think of it like Amazon delivery kind of stuff. I'm sure they have quite a bit on theirs. The application's open, I believe it's on the 20th. Didn't someone say the 20th? The morning of the 20th. For potentially a few days, because last time it was a few days. Up to a week. I don't think they have it. They used to have it open for a few weeks. But now not. How long? I have been in the team for a number of years. Quite a while. Roughly a ton. Not too bad. That's right. Yeah, the new bus jam. I did see your post about it. I didn't look at if you posted an actual trailer. I didn't watch it. Obviously, because I just went live. But interesting if it's from the same people that made one of the other ones. Why would they make another one then? Or is it a different publisher, rather? Still trying to monopolize of that aspect of whatever. Which is why it's been very interesting that we haven't seen another... Well, there are a few being worked on, another like really good truck game on wheels in a while. You're waiting? That's okay. You'll be told about it on every social media as well. Different publisher. Ah, that's even more interesting. So you've got one in space. You've got Star Trucker. You've got Roadcraft, which is more of a snow runner than whatever. There's still, you can still do trucks and things in that one. The Australian one, that's still obviously in progress, so that's not out yet. Alaskan Road Truckers is what it was actually called. It was good. I don't know how well it's doing at the moment. I haven't played it in a while. Good job. Good job. Can you go on the road? Not today. Not going to be driving on the road today, but we are looking at the road leading out of Duisburg. Hinting on their own one? I mean, there's always, you know, it's always one of the fun vehicles to play. There aren't that many flight sim games either, because that's a very, very technical field to do. Yeah. You have to get it spot on, otherwise people will complain. It's probably the most technical of all the vehicle sims. Flight sims. Just to get everything right. And realistic. So that's why there aren't that many. Oh, you wanted to see it? No, that's fine. Trains. Yeah, but it seems easier to make a train sim game, given that, you know, Train Sim World 5. Are we going to have Train Sim World 6 soon as well? Took them a while to make a new flight sim, which they shouldn't really have done anyway, but... Consoles, yes. That'd be good, because you do have a few truck games on consoles at the moment, but they are essentially parodies. Someone scuffed attempt at making one. Custom DAF. The grill on the front of a DAF is a local mod, which I believe I got from a Discord server. I need to do a video on that one, as well as swapping the bar on my Scania, which many people have expressed interest in. So it's a local mod that comes with the two lights on the front of it. The rest of it is completely as per the game. Because unfortunately, the new DAF hasn't had the tuning pack updated to it yet. A mod. It's a local mod, meaning that it is only visible to you. As long as local mods don't replace the core components of the vehicle, so to others you won't have a door, for example, then they appear to be fine. Because only you can see them. So custom paint jobs, custom accessories, a particular roof bar, for example, that kind of thing. The M25. Yeah, you can think of this as M25 traffic. It would be nice if you had a bunch of cars in between it. Did you rather think of the 3GP? Is it bannable if your controller died and try to save it on keyboard and hit someone? Could be, because that comes under 1.1. Now, it's unfortunate, as I expressed this yesterday, where someone had that issue. You don't expect that to happen. It's very random, very sudden, if your method of driving dies. But if you cause a collision as a result of it, that's why it's covered under that. So regardless of whatever happens, then... Can't hydrate because someone else did recently, unfortunately. That's a shame, you gotta wait. Pag, welcome. ETS2 Mods, welcome. Thank you for the follows. Yes. Again, it's unfortunate. If you can showcase somehow, like if you were streaming, for example, and you had a wheel or device cam and like whatever going on, that's a rare example of how you could showcase your side of that. But if we allowed that reason to be plausible, then everyone's going to use that reason. So you've got to cover all of the grounds, even if it's very unfortunate. Luckily, you didn't keep pushing through there. Well done. I don't know if this one is trying to block the road as well. It's a very odd parking space. Well done. Took the turn a bit too wide there. What's available? Oh. Is Twitch dying? I mean, it could be. This is the second one, I believe. The friend of this first one. The friends don't want to be too far apart from each other. Let me recap on that one, just to see if you were going a bit too fast into that corner or not. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's part of 1.1. It's just covered under that rule as well. Wallaby, hello. All is well. Not too bad. How are you doing? How was your weekend? How was the start of your week? Mondays are usually a bit of a bummer for most people. With a bus, yes. Triple trailer. They do all the time. Back at it again. Next truck, I don't know. What do you think the next truck will be? If you could be the deciding factor on what the next one is, it could be either another version of one that's already in the game or something completely new. What do you want? What truck do you want? Tomorrow, if you could say one. What do you want? What do you want to see? I'd probably have a few suggestions. One of them would probably be different Scanias. The Scania Super series. Yeah. That'd be good to see. Here we are, reaching the corner. You're still going pretty quick there. No, you need to slow down a lot more than that. More than that, more than that. More than that, more than that. Yeah. I'm not going to ban for that. I just wanted to see how they did it. Okay, instead. The 4 series. Am I working on something in future? Me specifically? In what sense? What specifically will I be working on? Oh, you nearly did it as well. You need to slow down before this corner. Ideally before this corner as well. So you're taking the turn at a nice 50, 60 maybe? Depends on how good your sensitivity is. Massively try to F4ing and someone hit you. What was lag? If you entered a laggy area, that's understandable. Some people think that is a attempt at brake checking, and they report people for doing that. Unless, yeah, hang on. F4ing, do you mean like, yeah, like auto-F4ing, or did you like try and pause the game and that caused you to lag? Did you auto-F4 while moving? Hello, Tropical World. Hello, George. You need a wheel and pedal set. You don't know which one to get. Depends on how much money you have. A good go-to would be the Logitech G29, G920, G923. I can vouch for the G29 at least. Those are pretty good. If you want to spend a little bit more, you have to make sure you're using it though. There is a Hori, H-O-R-I. And then there's the Moser. They're a bit more extreme. But yeah, if you don't have to get a wheel. You can drive with a controller or a mouse. But if you're really getting into a game like this, or you play racing games as well, you kind of have to get a wheel, basically. It makes sense. The van! Too many people try and park in this corner, as long as you're not in the way of someone else. Because you shouldn't take this turn too shallow, either. Treat it as you're normally turning onto a road. You wouldn't take it casually. Keyboard. G920 is basically the same as G29. Basically the same. Would be opened. This one probably not, because this doesn't really go anywhere. It's just a makeshift village. Unless they were to add whatever would genuinely be in this direction. Where are we looking at? We're looking at the crossing here, right? So down this way. So what would be here in the real world? This little gap in the slither. It's still in the Netherlands, so what would be here? Some other city or something. Maybe if it gets remade, you might see something there, because don't forget this road will definitely change shape and it will fatten out because it will be a highway instead. Have to wait and see. Maybe. Just like people want to do a last drive on GTA 5's outer loop before GTA 6, you're probably going to end up doing a last CD road before it disappears. Eindhoven. Oh, okay, maybe. The remake. Several more months out. It was only revealed a few months ago. So you'll have the Scandinavia stuff first. It may be late this year or early next year that you'll see the revamp of that. Unless they do it in phases, I have no idea. It's not as big as Germany to do it in phases, so it may all be done in one go. Maastricht. Possibly? Is that a large enough... I've heard of it. Is that a large enough city? Then possibly. They're mods in Calais. There might be. There may be a bunch of other people on just like I am flying around looking at things, of which you'll never know if they're actually there unless you see their perspective. Or you see someone get banned. Alaska? I would like that as well. And I think... Nice swearing. I think, even if they do all the regular states first, and then they might go up to Canada, that kind of thing, then they might do Alaska. Because Alaska is kind of extra. So, hello, Jorge. Thanks, Bob Duisberg. No, we start at either end and then I fly to each one. Hawaii. Is there much trucking that goes on in Hawaii? Bear in mind it will have to be a smaller island. I can imagine that Hawaii in this case won't be any bigger than these. Probably be far smaller than these in terms of scale. Right? But they have crammed quite a bit onto these, so... Maybe. Not accepting your appeal. When he said you believe you weren't. Intentional blocking. That's not up to me if it's someone else dealing with it. If you still disagree with what the mod has replied, after it's declined, you can make a feedback ticket. Which doesn't literally override their judgment, but it gets you a more not formal, because it's done formally anyway, you know what I mean? Like a more strict verdict, perhaps. Hey, nice. Oh, and they went through the floor as well. You kind of deserve that. Come back. Good job. The other one nearly did it as well. I don't know if they're going to do it again. Big cute. Do I remember how to play online? TMP, yes. You just need TMP, which is a free downloadable mod anyway, an account for it, 2 hours played of the main game on Steam. That's basically it. And then your profile should work in the same way. It'll ever be a real-sized? Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible to have a life-sized 1-to-1 scale ETS map. However, they should have started doing that a long time ago. Because if they start doing it now, it will take you a very, very long time to do that. There are a few areas in-game that are 1-to-1 scale, a few of the companies. There is no city, literally speaking, yet that is 1-to-1 scale. Not even Berlin, I think. Berlin was one of the last ones to be updated. That would be huge if it was 1-to-1 scale. Strasbourg to Metz. I am not near either of those. Why? Why do I need to do that? IKEA Dortmund? I don't think so. I have no idea. It's a pretty big industry though. It's quite big. Yeah, take it to feedback. It's one of those things where obviously don't spam the feedback. If you genuinely feel it needs to go there, then put it there. You can put as much information as you want, back up your claims, and so on and so on. It may take longer to be looked through, because it's more specific. So, operator, welcome. Here on the road. Yeah, but I'm not near any of those. You wanted me to just check out where you are, right? I don't need to do that, though, do I? If you're driving fine, I don't need to do that. See, that's not admin. Admin. I do it to see what happened. What do you mean just reported? Me checking the report in question? I don't need to do that. I'm going to be following you. Welcome to all the new people, by the way, big fan. I'll read out some names in a minute. Hope you're doing well. Do I have VTC? I have, in quotes, a VTC. It's basically just for when viewers drive with me and we do community jobs and things like that. It's just, think of it like a clan in other games. More than a VTC. It's not like the formal, official VTCs in this game. Let's see what he did. Well, I mean, all I want to recap on is this bit here, where this one pulls a very dodgy U-turn, understandable. But then this one basically just claws them out of the way, which is also unnecessary. You report someone other, and if that GM did the same as you, he would see that I'm not at fault. Oh, so if a GM did the same as what a normal player would do, are you saying like if they would get banned in the same way, or? Huh? Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous U-turn, but luckily no one was hurt by it. I just don't get why you did that in response. It's just very unnecessary. Just why? Should do both, because you still shouldn't really, I don't get why people just U-turn in the middle of nowhere. Probably because they don't have any other space to do it, really. You could use this intersection to do it. Actually, no, you can't really U-turn in this intersection because it doesn't have all 4 loops. Yeah, you can't really do that. No, you can. But it'll take you too long. See? No, not today, Peter. No. We don't have many driving tasks to work on, so... Welcome, Potato, as well, big fan. 1 times? Fine. If you insist. Have to watch one all the way through. No, one of them is you go up the very long side ramp, like these ramps, kind of thing. And then you go over, so you're on the top, and then you go down the other ramp, and then you back the other way. By ID. I'd have to go to your ID, but I don't need to do that. That's what I'm saying. Pushed you while you were parked. Oh, I see. top tip there is that if you are genuinely going to be away from the PC for a while, like for dinner, pause the game or go and park in an actual city somewhere. Don't just leave your game unattended on the side of a road, because someone may hit you. You can pause your game. The F1 button pauses your game. So you can't be hit. Can't be moved. Let's put it that way. Hello, Ryden. 1578. Yeah, again, I don't need to see your vehicle, though. You're telling me to check out your vehicle or just check out where you are. I don't need to do that because it takes away from what we're normally doing. If that's what I'm gathering from your request. I don't need to do that. You're not a bad driver. I hope. I, for one, looking forward to the implementation of buses. I am intrigued by it. Delicious, yes. I'm wondering how well it's gonna... I mean, as I was saying yesterday, because it was a nice discussion yesterday as well, SES does things quite well. They take their time when needed. I don't think anything has really been an absolutely disgusting feature to the game. Not that I can think of. So I'm sure it'll be fine. You don't have to use them. Nice. If they get added, it's totally fine. You are a static object, yes. So you're not able to move. You would sit in the road. Not in the road. You'd be on the side of the road. You'd be paused. So someone can hit you, but it would be like hitting a brick wall. So you won't move. Report on applications. Oh, it's on the website in the recruitment section. I believe it's on the 20th. Something like that. 19th, 20th. Sometime this week. That was close. Nearly overtook. Here's a gift for you. Sub and smash the like button. Thank you for that, Ferry. I appreciate that. Both of them are very, very important, yes. That was close. Let's see. Now, I want to know what the blockage was to begin with. Ah. I see. It was that. Soon, yes. Spread the word because it's not going to be open for too long. Oh, yes. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Big fan. You've been enjoying Promods? Promods is good. This person just, it's all over the place. I don't get why you wouldn't try and regain control. Is it raining on your screen? Is that why you're so slippy? Just completely lost it. That's too quick around the brow of the hill as well. Too quick. No, you see, and then you bumped like that, and then smash, smash, smash. But that's not an excuse. Turn the rain off. You're in control of that. Turn it off. No, not intentional, of course. They're just all over the road. Rickory! And here we are in Rotterdam. Custom designs. What, for you to make your own paint jobs? You technically can do that if you download a template for the file and then design it yourself. It's a bit tricky to do that. But then you'd have to add it as a local mod so that only you see it. Because otherwise that needs quite a bit of moderation, because you know that if you just allow people to check out kick support, check out and make their own paint jobs. Oh, I see. I didn't enable the setting. I see. Very well noticed. Must have turned that off. There we go. Does it update now, though? While I'm live? I've turned the setting back on. Kick support. I've turned it back on. I forgot what I was saying. Chat commands. Oh, the commands fell as well. Well noticed. What's I saying? I've done it though. On my end, I've turned the setting back on. The paint job, someone else is definitely going to make their own paint job, and they are definitely going to put a PP on the side of it. They are going to do that.
Ow.
And then you'll have to moderate that, because otherwise everyone's going to see it. And we can't have things like that, can we?
Ow.
So I suppose that's why for now you're not allowed to add your own one. Because there's always going to be someone, you can have, you know, depictions of very bad stuff, You're going to have probably quite a bit of a certain word, racism in general, things like that. Website. Rest of Turkey? Well, that's not the European bit of Turkey, is it? So I have to see. There's been no plans for that at the moment, because it's outside of Europe. But then, maybe down the line, possibly. Only thing for the gifts. Can you unban? No. You need to appeal for that. You don't ask for unbans here. Job dispatcher. There might be a separate menu. In the preview screenshots, it's just shown as like a quick job kind of thing, but there may be a separate menu. You never know. No, I get it wasn't intentional. I get that. A lot of situations aren't intentional. But if you're doing things that can still be dangerous or can still be avoided, I guess, like this one, they just want to overtake. I'm sure that's not intentional, but it's still very, very silly. Why did you do it? Oh, comment one on. Why did you do it on the corner? Of all places, why not just do it on a straight bit of road, huh? It's very silly. Bam, well done. Can I, because it hasn't detected now, because I guess I'm still live while doing it. If I end the kick one briefly, and then wait a bit, and then I'll restart it. Very easy settings to configure on that side. Still says it's off, but it's on for me. Okay. Nice. Ban for overtaking. It technically did count for overtaking, even though I didn't initially write it in the rule. It's collisions because of an overtake. All of it. So I may add that in later on. Bus VTCs? VBCs? Yes. That could be good. Hold on. I don't know how to join. How to join just TMP in general, or? The owner? No, I'm not the owner, no. No. The owners would be the founders, I guess. Quick alt tab? Maybe. Maybe your engine's dying as well. You're locked at a very specific speed there. There's a chance that their truck is damaged to the point where they don't have higher gears. And you're driving on the keyboard as well, which is very, like, whoa, all over the place. Love the content? I'm glad you do. If you're liking what you're watching, and you've come over from a different platform, or you've come over from all the shorts and the videos and whatever, drop a follow. That would help out a lot, especially on TikTok. Feel free. On YouTube, you can like the stream as well. That's a good one. There we go, the engine died, yep. Why are you driving while you're so damaged? God damn debus, man. That's the debus menu there, not a cheat menu, just in case anyone's wondering. You open it by pressing delete. I don't know if you can change that key. You can't change it. I'll stop the stream. Can you realize, please, that I have enabled the tick button? Just keep it offline. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Hi.
Hello, Caleb, big fan. Something that literally wasn't their fault. They can appeal it. How are you immediately saying no clip? Like no clip for the ban, or? If it was only just placed, it would be like our ones, where there is indeed no no video yet, because you have to wait until afterwards. How many Renault trucks? Renault's just not a favourable brand compared to the others. The trucks don't look as good. There are trucks that just look better. The Renault T is alright. It's the best looking of the Renault trucks. Nice. Iveco is also a bit, yeah, I mean, you know, you've got the S-Way, which is favourable to some, not really to others. Then you've got Scania, Volvo, Mercedes, like those are just more common, better choices. DAF. X-Way, what does that look like? Have they actually rolled back? No, they've just been moved slightly. Okay. They might have rolled, I think. Could be why. This is where, like, if I do see someone that's potentially in the road or in a slightly dodgy place, at least you can move them. Whereas if it's in a website report or something else, that's not in real time anymore, so I can't interfere there. Good speed and balance. That's why you have many choices. It's good to give people quite a lot of variety in what vehicles they can choose, and they definitely choose them, because everything looks different. 20 stream streak. Big fan. The man, yes. We do need to have the tuning packs updated though. Please bring them all up to date. God damn it. Did not care about that. That would indeed be a different one. If they did it through a website report, then it's different. As I was just saying, you can't intervene in real time to just move the person out of the way. So, you know, that's a different verdict from mine. I just want the DAF pack to be updated. Yes, please update it. You know, that's a good old and new Scania. Not too bad. That is not a Scania lower bar though. That's also from a DAF as well, but you know, it's fine. Cars blocking the road? On the overpass? Which one? At Brussels? The intersection? Or the river overpass? Fastest truck. The Scania or the Volvo. There's not much horsepower in between them, but they're both the fastest. So, yes. And man, I gave a few options there. Which one was it? I gave you a few locations. The Brussels one? That was the first one I said? Was it? Always close. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It is night. It might be night in-game at the moment. For me, I've changed the time. I can change the time. Because I don't want it to be completely nighttime. So that no one sees anything. Renault was fastest? Maybe because it's light. Has anyone done an actual test where they've got one in each vehicle? Or they might have tested it by themselves because it's impossible to test properly in TMP due to lag. Did you even indicate? Didn't. I think that little stutter there made them think that they were more in front. Oh, you indicated now. That's not how the yielding and merging works. Because you're merging into the lane that already has someone in the lane. Come on. I mean, it was a little nudge. Just a little nudge. It's not too bad. It's not bad, though, but not bad. That's not a collision, so to speak. It's gone now. Good. There's a friendly dot there. Who's that? Any of these ones? None of them have any recognizable plates on them, so I have no idea. Hello, Tails. Good. Yeah, the Renault doesn't have that much. I think Renault only goes up to 500 and something. Same as the DAF. Mercedes, I think, might be 600 and something. And then Scania and Volvo are in the high 700s. Pretty good. Assuming you have potentially the smallest and lightest chassis on them. HP, horsepower, yes. The highest in the game at the moment is 780. Donkeys. 780 donkeys. It's pretty damn powerful for European trucks, you know. This, it's not really, you can go around that. Terrible parking spot. They're gone, but you could have gone a little bit further forward. You despise the speed bumps. But they're not, they're fine in a truck. You're going over them in the car, that's the idea. They're meant to slow you down. Slow you down a bit. Oh, the bus station. True, yes, that little offshoot. I need to actually have a look at that. In ATS, that I don't know, but I think it's around 650. I think one of them is around 680. Unless I'm thinking of the T680, which is a model. 4 kilometers an hour. Skill issue, my friend. Can they remove the man? If they are deeming you to be in the right after all, yes. The feedback is like the last resort that you'd go to. Again, my scenario comparing it is that for a appeal, think of it as at the level of talking to your teacher, and then think of feedback as talking to the head teacher, the principal. The tippity top, it's management. Management is feedback. Some leaders possibly can help out as well, but I guess final decisions would be that. Let's not do that. Peterbilt. Could be. They're pretty good. Trade might want to do that, actually. That's just not how this works. Come on now. I mean, you were technically in front of them now, but at what cost? I won, but at what cost? Silly. Don't do that. Without mods, W900, good, that's my one. 625. That's pretty good given the size of the vehicle, you know. I don't think they need to go any higher than that. What really gives us that? 780? That's a lot. That's more than some supercars have. Probably because they have more torque, right? Maybe? I think American ones pull heavier loads, generally. Because their roads are more made for it. You bought the Iberia DLC, but you can't drive into Spain over France. You have to go over England. Do you not have the French DLC as well? Is there a gap? You need the Vive la France DLC. In between Iberia. But yeah, you can go from southwest England, or Southampton maybe, down into Iberia. You need France. Great architectures, of course. Speak Italiano? No, sadly not. I don't speak Italiano. Potholes. Some of the heaviest vehicles are probably the cause of those potholes as well. Oh, leggy. At least 2 languages. If you know more than 1 language, that will definitely help. That's always a benefit. Because maybe not in the moderation team, if you don't get into that, you can be a translator. You could be support for other languages and so on. There's no downside to knowing more than 1 language. Demo. What do you mean demo? Demo playing? Replay? Not reply. Romania, yes. Romania is in the Black Sea DLC. Along with Bulgaria and the other ones in that area. It's all down there. That entire region is now done. Replies to feedback, it varies. That time varies. Depends on the case. The situation. This one, like, these aren't too bad because they're waiting in the queue. They inevitably are going to merge over, but they haven't done that yet. So usually I just wait for them to do that. True, tiny little ferry. Very short one, yes. That Galati or whatever. Has an accent on it. I know that's not how you actually say it, but you know. You're gonna... No? No, I don't think the Black Sea is the biggest one. I don't know what actually is the biggest one, but... Down here... This is the Black Sea, and then this sliver is the West Balkans. And then this is Greece. Down here. Italy. One of these comes with Italy, one of these comes with France. This is France. So if you're saying you can't go from France to Iberia, you're missing this one, which is also very good. Oh, it's not from Southampton. So why can't you go from Southampton? They need to update that, because Southampton has one of the biggest ports in the UK, doesn't it? Why can't you just... Why does it have to be from Plymouth? Ugh. Why? 3 trailers. Yes, because 3 trailers are... Well, no. Mods are the easiest way of making them. You can download those mods from the Steam Workshop, which are just pre-made triple trailers. Portsmouth, that would probably, if they were to update it, will probably be from there. Because they're close to each other. But in-game, they'd be literally next to each other. No privileges. Nuh-uh. What have they done? How do you stream from TikTok? It is from the desktop with a stream key. That's how I'm doing it. Because I'm not using the TikTok's own stream app. I'm still thinking at some time, if I have time, I'd do like specific ones purely on the other socials. So it'd be like a TikTok stream and maybe a few others. I might do those. Getting paid. For the content around it, not for the role. The role is a volunteer role. Thank you for the 6, which says 7, but I'll count it as 6. Why not? Stream sheet. Luke, thank you for the roses. Guillaume. Russian rude phrase. Cloud, David, Suarez, Polsky, Guncha. And many more. Thank you for the follows. Big fan. You're doing well with the goal. Keep it up. Of OBS, yes. There's a plugin called Vertical, which, as per the name, allows you to do vertical streaming as well as horizontal. Adding another window for streaming. There is also the Stream Elements multi-stream plugin thingy, which I haven't fully configured yet. That allows you to do all the platforms. Watching the VOD. Did they do that? That'd be very cool if they did that. Not aware of them doing that. And if Twitch ever does add vertical streaming onto... I don't know how they would make that work, but if they do, then I'm gonna do that as well. This poor person, man. It's like the second time you've tried to do that now. Thing is... Oh, it was green. Okay, this one's waiting because they wanted them to be out of the way. This one is really trying to free the road, right? Poor them. In a way, poor them. I don't quite know how they actually got there. Someone else just made that. After 2 years? It's one of these games where it doesn't really get old, does it? It's always there. It's always available for you to play. Police impersonator. Don't know. I think, weren't you the one that was saying they were in Calais, then they moved, and I think they disappeared? I never ended up catching up to them. No one else has loaded in for this person yet. Oh well. No traffic. Oh, that means you can just go. Hey, no, not quite. You want to join? You're not able to join directly what I'm doing, but you can join by playing on TruckersMP anyway. This is on Sim 1, yes. I'm not the one driving, just to clarify that. This is more like a spectator reports view. Muted? I'm not muted. I can see it. I can see it. Potatoes are spamming. Shut up. I can see it. All the meters are going up and down. Shush. Yeah, I mean, first one went. You need to realize that these lights, even though they did just flicker there for a moment, these are separate to these ones. So you... turning lane, no. You can't just go because the main one says green. Yours isn't green though. You see the problem here? You see how like you would be able to turn because the straight lane in both directions isn't it? Come on. I thought this is understandable. And then they waited for a bit. They noticed that this one stopped, so they thought now they could go. Technically speaking, they're allowing them to go. This one isn't allowing them to go. Which is very confusing. So I kind of sympathize with this person there. Both of you need to be in agreement to let the person go. But they don't have to, because it's technically a green. So that's a very, very messy situation. Oh, you do that? I didn't. That's not me. Again, I was reviewing that situation, but that was very messy. So this lane is just for turning, yeah? It's separate to these, which go straight on. You're not supposed to turn from any of the other lanes. Yet people do that from the other lanes, and you're not supposed to. We removed these traffic lights because you already get slowed down enough at the first set. So this one, if you were in the correct lane early, should just be able to go straight around the corner. Well done. A police car. Police car would be a person like me in my role. We have police cars that you can drive around in. But also last month, everyone had access to them because of the festivities that were going on. Pro mods, no. U-turn, fair enough. Sim 1. Oh yes. I feel that with if you're regular to the TikTok streams, you'll eventually pick up how it looks and how it works, that kind of thing. I don't want to have to put the text of like, oh, we're playing on this server. This is what we're doing, like a full description every single time. Because you run out of screen space. I like it being nice and clean. That's that same truck I've reviewed before. Not reviewing it again. You admin? Yes. Admin? This person I think is pretending to be police. Eunice, hello. Someone crashed into your trailer. You got banned. Interesting. Again, that's one for the appeal. People come in and they say, this is what happened to me, this is my scenario. I'm just picturing how it works. Oh, you're doing this, are you? You know the thing of, I'm going to replace the traffic lights because apparently the traffic lights are not good enough? Quite literally a waste of time. Because they're looking at the same lights to see if they can go or not. It doesn't really make sense. Still there? Yes. Now let's see if they do it in real time. Next time these lights turn red, let's see. You have 2 clips on the website. There's a section on the website. That, if that were a link that Easton just posted there. You submit a report ticket. Put in the ID of the person. When it happened, you may not have to put when it happened anymore, and then just a link to the YouTube video. Either public or unlisted. You see that? Oh, and now you're moving on, are you? Oh. Oh, really? Well, you happen to be in stream then, perhaps, huh? Maybe. Well, I'm still going to give you one of those anyway, then, Don't do that. Full black Scania? Yeah. Those look nice. Black and white is a nice combo. White and black is also a very nice combo. Come on, there's more people than that. Come on, there we are. Slowly spawning in. Very good. Favorite VTC? I don't really have a favorite VTC because I have a little clan type of VTC for viewers. I'm not really familiar with how many other VTCs there are. Doesn't really bother me. Got bored. Maybe they got bored. Maybe their quota had finished. How about that, eh? The police cars. They can If they want to drive on the road as well, they'd be doing similar moderation things by looking out for people to kick and ban. I have one. I don't use it too much because in my opinion, driving and moderating is less effective than doing this when you can fly around and pause and go backwards as many times as you want. You have to be paying attention when you're driving because you're also on the road. Wait, 2 VTCs? Shame. True. That's still pretty good though. That was made in like 2020. You just know how many VTCs there have been since then? God, there's so many. They wanted to merge. Yeah, wanted to merge there quite a bit, hey? Not bad, just a gig. You can take a clip and show it by reporting it if it's a clip of someone else. You don't need to show me specifically. I'd rather you didn't do that. That was a kick, yes. No point in really doing a ban for that. The same green light? No. On the tail lights, no. I think you can duplicate them to the point where they glow, but you can't turn them green. Blue? Green hue? Oh, wait, that's blue. No idea then. Maybe you can, I don't know. Please watch another video. If it's one you send, I don't need to see it. Don't send me specific videos of what people have done. I am not the report system. What's the point of kicking? It's like a warning. A kick is a warning of sorts. It gets you off the game. With a reason provided. And usually if you do it again, you get banned for it. Twitch have ads. Twitch has always had ads. You can't turn them off, sadly, Danger. You can only change how often they appear. They are slowly improving it by adding different ways of displaying the ads, though. Which still isn't that good, but unfortunately, you just have to put up with it for now. Twitch Turbo is a thing that allows you to basically have no ads on the entire platform. If you want that. If you watch that many streams where it becomes a necessity, I don't, so I don't need it. I watch like 5 people. And I'm either manually subbed or gifted subs. I don't need it. The services, yes, that's what I did. So when you kick them, I can also TPR, teleport player to repair, and kick at the same time. So when they rejoin, they'll be in the service anyway. Never had ads? Lucky you. I mean, if you really want to use an ad blocker, I mean, you wouldn't be the only one. I also can't control exactly the ads you see. It's just assigned a bunch of ads. Whatever ads are available on the platform. Hello, G's. Thank you for the gifts, Sparus as well, Gluck. I need to add a few sounds. What sound effect? Okay, so I have a little fart sound if you follow on TikTok, which you should. If you want to hear that sound. What sound could pop up? Very small, very not too loud sound like that. For gifting items. Like the roses and the hearts and things. What sound could be used for that? I want to have a nice sound for that. There were times where all save edits, basically most save edits were gone, yes. And then they kind of changed it slightly, so now it's just excessive stuff. No, I can't choose the fact of whether you have to watch ads. You have to watch ads anyway. I can only choose how many ads you watch. I think the minimum amount of time you have is like 30 seconds per hour of ads. Or per half an hour, something like that. I think I've set it to 1.5 minutes every 40-ish, something like that. I don't know. The damage sound, oh god. Yeah, I mean you could. Lobster, Runaway Lobster, I believe has a truck horn sound as their follow sounds. That makes sense. Because I love the idea of simple alerts and really short sounds, like a second or even less than a second. Because if it's back to back to back to back, you don't want like a 10-second alert back to back to back to back, do you? I don't like that. How was this even that bad? Because around the corner that was fine. This... yes. Okay. Oh, look, it's one of the Talbot. Torb. TPs, do you have a look, and if it's a ban, I will leave and then get rid of it. Are you asking me to TP to check out your vehicle? No need to do that. If you feel it may not be okay, don't do it. Because that's just a bit much. They've left the server already anyway, so that would have been useless. I was going to kick him for that. Never seen it. It's fairly new. I don't know what DLC it must be from. It's from some other asset that's in the game. It doesn't sound Russian to be in the Russia DLC, even then it would probably be in Cyrillics, wouldn't it? Could be an unreleased company trailer. I mean, again, they're in the files. If you know where to look, all the Russia ones are already in the files. Noble showed them a while back. And there's a lot. So if that DLC ever comes out, you'd have a lot of roads to explore. Quite a lot. Did you find the right files? I wouldn't be the one to ask about that. I don't know what you're looking for. Okay, you're pulling over and you're merging back in a very bad way, but alright. Hello, Danger. What did you write in the chat? You don't write anything in the chat to report someone. You click on their name, accessing the little mouse with right click, so their name turns green, and then there's a report button that you press. You don't need anything in chat. You don't need to say rec ban in chat. That's just something people do. It doesn't actually submit the report. So, it was... there's dodgy merch here. You could have done it now. Any time now. You could move now. Still fine now. Now's a bit too close. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're doing it now then. That's just unnecessary. Why now? You had miles and miles of empty road at your own benefit there. Why? Admin, that was kick. It's terrible. Spatial awareness doesn't exist. Think about it. Come on. Look left and right. At least they weren't U-turning. Lowest render distance? Could be. That's very dangerous then if people don't spawn in until they're very, very close to you. They still could have gone on. Your fault. That wasn't me. That's not me. That's someone else. Still need to be careful when you're merging, because it affected two people, had to make them slam on their brakes. So it's not bannable for doing that, it's just very silly. And the map, true, because if the render distance of the people isn't physically there, I think the dots would be. Hello, Tails! Don't scream at me. What would happen to TMP if the coach buses? Do you mean the new ones that are coming? You'd see a dynamic amount of traffic on the road. So you'd see people doing trailer jobs and you'd see people doing coach jobs, which would actually look really cool. Because imagine you arriving in the city and you see a few of the bays or the slots in the bus station with people in them. You know, the ones to the side of the road you can pull into that might have someone in it. That sounds cool. But oh, it's a truck game. Why are we doing this in a truck game? Oh, we don't need it in a truck game. So what? It looks cool. You can travel by coach. Add me in the coach. So in short, I don't know what it would look like. If we do support them in the exact way that they will be. I don't know if there'll be a separate mode that you play on. Tuesday? Yes, because I don't really have any driving to do, Felix. I'll be swapping to Star Trucker in a minute, though. Shortly. Got things to check out. Bus stops along CD Road. That isn't really realistic unless you're in the middle of nowhere, because what country roads in the middle of nowhere in real life have suitable bus stops? You might have a spare spot that drops someone off at, but they're just unnecessary, really. It's still good to have them in the cities. You can pretend, just pull over somewhere if you want and open your doors. It's not really going to affect your job. But now with those jobs, you'll actually have dedicated places you need to go and pull over at. Good job. Good job. So you have to go to the bus station. You have to park in bay number 2 or something, you know. Near the tracks. Possibly, given that there's a little village there. But I feel by the time that'll come out, you'll soon have a remake anyway. Of that whole area, that whole region. No, he's not respecting the rules, no. I get that most people, you basically do have to U-turn here. You could also go down this way and do a little U-turn. It's just a bit of a stretch. UK spawns? Yeah, could be, but we have a lot of random rural roads. So, is there even a bus station here? There's you'll have some spots for the ones on the side of the road. That type. But besides that, not really anywhere for actual bus stops. In the one that Kayla mentioned. 3 little boys. 3 full-size low-bed trailers. I believe the connection of those is floating, so I think that's a no. Here. So it's this way. We added this? Leading into this bus station. What exactly are we adding these for, though? What are we doing? Did we add these as well? So in here, you go in like this, go around this way, and then you pull in, you know, bay number 1, and it would have the same white outline as when you're dropping off your trailers, that kind of thing. No, it's not Tails. Tails doesn't play. No. Bay number 3, bay number unnamed, unlisted. Would be number 4. It may be future-proofing, but I don't know why they wouldn't add them in just everywhere then. Yeah, the city doesn't have a service, so they will go here for D-Bus. It might work with D-Bus. I don't have the D-Bus Pro. I have the extension thingy which goes here. Whether it's on or off or not. I don't have the actual program open. Are kids allowed? Well, the age range of the game is technically like 3 plus, I think. So technically speaking, they could play, but they have to be under supervision because they might be quite bad at driving. If that's what you mean. They would be adding bus stops themselves. I guess they'd be updating them slightly because the bus stop quality isn't that good. So you'd want to make them look fairly good. A new way. I don't know about a new way, but you can find them on the Steam Workshop. That's what I mean. And if you know what you're doing by save editing, you can change what's on the trailers. I think it's easiest for most people to start off with by getting one from the workshop. I play under supervision. That's the reason he streams. Right. Whose supervision? Yours? Who's watching me? Yeah, you can extend an HGT, you can. I guess so. But yeah, the 3 full length via the other method of whatever the trailer brand is, there might be a Kugel one, I don't know. They are not connected properly. Is it this? It's this one. The one that just went by there. They're floating where they're connected. Need to do anything in advance. Only to have an account that is not your Steam account, but it links to your Steam account. Timing, I know, right? And then have at least 2 hours played in single player of the game. Anyway. Minimum of 2 hours. Arguably needs to be more than that, but, you know. How's this bad? This one's not the bad one. It's the other one. There might be some other vehicles added. Currently, you still have the ones in rotation every month or so. With the AVs, as they're called. Anyway, good evening, sir. Good evening. Good morning, rather. How are we doing? How are we doing? Just about to change to your favourite game. The space one. I know you love that game. Crikey, mate. Driving Academy is a requirement. They should have that. It needs to be non-cheatable. So you can't just say you need to have the achievement, because then people can just use that SAM tool. It wasn't them, it was them. To give them the achievement. Oh no, exactly. Playing the League? No, 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 no. What? I mean, I played it maybe 10 years ago. Wouldn't consider myself a League player now. Nice. You could probably type a console command. It shouldn't be like that. That's too easy. Too easy. Completed Academy. It'd be funny if, could you imagine, to get exclusive perks, you have to provide video proof of you doing X amount of courses of the Driving Academy. That's the proof. That's the verification. You gotta do it. Yeah. They'd probably somehow fake that or just get a friend to just use their recording or something. I don't know. Because your username is not shown at any point during that. I can't say if you're going to get unbanned or not. If it wasn't me that banned you, I don't know. That's up to whoever. Or feedback, if you choose feedback. That's not on me. This is one of the AVs currently, isn't it? Next to some very other brown... I guess those three are in a group. Without any cuts. Oh, okay, that's a bit much. In my case, I'd have to splice the streams together because it took like 4 plus streams to complete it. That was just the ATS one. Got a dream car. There's a few I think that look nice. I can't think of one, really. So technically, no. Because the immediate answer to that question would be the current question. So no, not really. I can't really think of one. I'm not really bothered. Am I going to be the weird one by saying I'm really not bothered if I ever have my own car or not? You know? Oh, it's peen? Right. Like people go, you know, I don't know, the R34, like, or it's an Aventador or something like that. Those are both nice. I've seen a lot of very nice cars. No, I don't know. I don't think there's one particular one to be like, oh, I'd love to own that. Because I don't even imagine myself being like, yes, this is mine. Like, oh, is there a dream place you want to live? I just want to live, man. I don't know where. I think Banger's more into cars. He definitely would have one. Save editing a DLC you don't own count as piracy? Technically, yes. I think the game would recognize you don't have it. You don't own it properly, so it wouldn't be in your files. It needs to be registered in Steam. Synced with Steam. 34? There you go, you see. But it's a ute. Are you rough in your vehicles? Exactly. Need a rugged, suitable vehicle. A vehicle that suits what you're doing. Gonna affect the mod? No. No. If it's deemed that you'd be unbanned as a result of it, they'd obviously be told that, you know, this ban wouldn't be a ban anymore, in case they wanted themselves where the ban's gone.
In the car.
In the car? Oh, David, you're this guy here? Lovely brown. Thank you for the tier 1 for 10 months. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Please abuse power for the lols. No. I could do that. Since the John Wick movies, his car caught my eye. Which one is that? What does he use? What's she got? TP to you? Why do I need to TP to you? To look at what you've got? I don't need to do that. How many staff? I have no idea. There's at least one other doing reports at the moment. There might be a few others driving around or flying around. Wick. I don't know what it is. I've never seen those movies. So. This is both spotting. This is just vehicle spotting. One of the hotspots. A 1969 Ford Mustang. Oh, it's got to be an old one, so it's got to be pretty good. Oh, yeah, those are nice. Yeah, that's clean. Yeah, I like the look of that. Nice. See, there's loads of, like, some older ones that, you know, if they're preserved quite well, they look really nice. More modern Mustangs look pretty good as well. Muscle cars. Like Richard Hammond, then. The pretend American. Range Rover. A 911. The Russian ship boxes. You want the good old Lada, don't you? What even is the actual car that everyone drives? The Lada Niva and the Riva. The Riva is the one that everyone... The true shitbox. GG3RS. Samara. Shots fired at Hammond. He's himself... Well, he's in denial. He really likes his muscle cars and he sort of acts like an American. Because he loves the American feel, you know? He's into that. Fiat 500? Oh god, man. Let's see, now we're just having this massive discussion about cars. What I'm going to do is, I will let you discuss that. In an MX-5, really? That's a nice one. Mazda? Is it? Mazda MX-5? Yeah. It's a funky look. Is it because it's small? A little nimble car? Why not? I think, what's his name? Martin Cedarpants, the YouTuber. He has one of those. I think he showed it off. After one of his first videos blew up, he treated himself to one of those. Honda Beat? Oh, what is this? Oh, what a gem. Why do the lights appear to go like round to the side? Why is there no gap before the wheel? Why do they do that? What a lovely vehicle that is, eh? Ew.